Hi there, this is the weekly forecast for the week of February 24th, 2019 to March 3rd, 2019. Starting out with the 24th, we have a really nice moon in Scorpio, trine Neptune in Pisces, and the moon in Scorpio can ordinarily be a little intense for some people to feel, a little dark and extreme, but with that trine to Neptune, there's a really nice ability to let go and to embrace everything we're feeling and have optimistic dreaminess about what is to come. Monday the 25th, the moon in Scorpio will trine Mercury in Pisces. So there's an ability to artistically verbalize our feelings, and things that we might not be comfortable with feeling, we can express our discomfort more easily. It's a good day to talk about how things are going for you on the inside with those around you if you want to or need to. Venus will also conjoin the South Node in Capricorn on Monday. And there is a possibility here of old patterns of relating to others that may or may not be useful to you popping up. So self-destructive tendencies regarding relationships or value systems could come back. And because these behaviors are popping up, there's the opportunity to become very aware of them and decide to no longer fill an internal void of longing with outside things that will not truly bring you the sense of peace or pleasure that you're looking for. So on Monday the 25th, I wouldn't overspend. I wouldn't really go shopping necessarily, because there could be the tendency to never feel full and never get the satisfaction you're looking for. I also wouldn't turn to really physical only sexuality or intimacy with someone just to fill a void, because there could be feelings of emptiness or loneliness on this day, and there is more of a tendency to turn to self-destructive patterns than usual. But it is a day to get realistic about the fact that the only way to feel full and complete is to fill whatever void was caused or struggle is making you turn to these things, because there is a root cause for any type of patterning that you're going through that is covering up a void, any sort of distraction with flashy, shiny things or pretty people. So it's kind of a blessing in disguise here, because you may really want to, do all the retail therapy or invite someone over in that sense, but because it's so obvious, it gives you the chance to completely cut it off. Tuesday the 26th, there isn't that much interesting stuff going on, but there is a moon in Sagittarius square the sun in Pisces. So our emotions may want to really roam free, but we just can't even think straight. Like, we may want to really put our effort into things that could really brighten our horizons, if that's a saying, or we may want to learn new things, but our head isn't quite in a place to do that. So it could be just frustrating. And with that frustration, we could decide to check out completely in terms of paying attention to others or ourselves or things around us. Just hang in there, because it'll pass. It will. Wednesday the 27th, the moon will conjunct Jupiter. And with the moon conjunct Jupiter and it being just a really good overall day in terms of alignments with what's going on in the context of our current transits, it's a good day to begin something new on the 27th. If you want to start a project or launch something, it's a good day to do that on the 27th, especially if you want to use a good election, like a good astrological alignment to start something. It's good to do that early in the morning under Sag rising. It would be a good day to even wake up specifically early to have a good day. Yeah, just look forward to the 27th. Lots of expansive, explorative, emotional energy and optimism to keep that momentum going. Thursday the 28th, we have the Sun sextile Mars, which is just a nice little boost to keep our energy and our drive going. With that Mars in Taurus, there's some grounded tenacity to some nebulous Pisces energy that can use a bit of pragmatic, dedicated realism. The moon in Capricorn will also square Chiron in Aries, and this is the first square between the moon in Capricorn and Chiron in Aries, because Chiron just moved into Aries. So we may really feel a surge of doubting our ability to take on the mission that we feel called to. And we could feel a bit overwhelmed about whatever our dharma, our calling is for our true selves in this life. There's definite themes of being uncomfortable about displaying the vulnerability that we know will pay off in the long run. And a way out I see from this dilemma of feeling overwhelmed by pressure to be perfect or be good enough, maybe to just see that there is a disconnect and see that that's one step in furthering and changing and growing, to notice that there's some sort of dissonance between your expectations and what you're able to do, and not to judge yourself or force anything to happen, but just sit with that, because the moon will move, our emotional tides will change, and you may feel more optimistic about the journey that you have to bridge those goals and that reality right now, instead of feeling so overwhelmed that the ceiling is closing in on you right now. Friday the 1st, Venus will square Uranus in Aries at its final 29 anaretic degree of Aries. So old patterns of relating to others could be really shaken up, and our value systems could definitely be challenged in the way that we think that we value others, or in the way that we spend our time, because time is value. So the way that we are taking up space and the ideas that we have about what is quality and what is love in the world could be challenged. And not challenged in a good or a bad way necessarily, just shaken up and turned on their heads, because it's square to Uranus, the unexpected, the liberator. So it could be liberating if we let it be, and it could also be scary if we're too attached to holding on, which Capricorn likes to do. So it may be a call for you to kind of like upgrade your value system in terms of how you both love yourself and others, and take that to a new, more efficient, more today understanding of what you need to do to make your value system match with what's necessary for you 2.0. Because your relationships and how you spend your time or money could change if you know that your higher self would do things differently. Today, that day might be a wake-up call, and it might be a chance for you to say, yeah, I really need to change the way that I'm relating to others and things. The moon will be conjunct Saturn on this day too, so we may be very aware of the changes we need to make, and we also may feel not very open to this change. There is, with Moon Saturn, a tendency to try to grasp onto control because that feels like safety. So use this realism and maybe a bit of this coldness to stay grounded. So use present reality to stay grounded and aware of what's going on, not to shut yourself off from change because it may seem scary or threatening in some way to situations that you're in. On Saturday the 2nd, Venus will move into Aquarius, which is a really nice change of energy from Venus and Capricorn, because even though Venus and Capricorn can be really grounded and realistic, it can also be a bit draining and not necessarily the most fun position for Venus. And Venus is still in a Saturn-ruled sign when it moves into Aquarius, but I like to think of, since Saturn is structure, Capricorn is the manifestation of Saturn, where its limitations are closing in. And I like to think of Aquarius as the manifestation of Saturn, where its limitations are allowing you to build up from a reality. So it's a bit more open-minded and free-thinking, and we can use this to consider how our value structures may be limiting to us, or how we could use a bit of new architecture in the way that we think of presenting love into the world or receiving it ourselves. What new systems do we need to put in place to make better use of our time and value? We can also think of long-term relationship goals and how our style of love and relating to others might not be conducive, so we can get both really realistic and really excited about the changes that we can make to better reach our goals. There will be a moon square Uranus on the same day, so there is an energy in the air of exciting change and possibly emotional volatility as well. Surprising revelations or breakthroughs may come up whether we like it or not, but with Venus in Aquarius, we may be more welcome to feeling things we might have previously thought were uncomfortable and running with them. So I hope this was helpful. I do private consultations at the link below. Like, subscribe, do all the things, and I will see you soon.